So welcome back sa aking YouTube channel and natapos na natin sa nakaraang vlog yung discussion natin regarding sa iba-ibang benefits under SSS and EC like maternity benefits, disability benefits, sickness benefits, funeral and death benefits. Now, pupunta naman po tayo sa SSS loans. Kasama sa loan programs na inaalok ng SSS ay ang salary loan, calamity loan assistance program o yung tinatawag na CLAP, Educational Assistance Loan Program, and yung Pension Loan Program. So, paano mga ba mag-qualify si SSS member sa salary loan? Okay, para maka-avail ng 1-month salary loan, dapat si SSS member ay mayroong at least 36 posted monthly contributions prior doon sa month ng filing niya ng loan application. So, i-stress lang natin o i-emphasize lang natin yung posted na monthly contributions ha. Kasi minsan nadidelay ng posting. So, ang i-count doon ay yung 36 na posted monthly contributions. So, para mag-qualify ka for 1-month salary loan, dapat meron kang at least 36 monthly posted contributions bago yung buwan ng pag-file mo ng loan application. Para naman maka-avail ka ng 2 months na salary loan, meron kang at least 72 posted monthly contribution bago yung buwan ng pag-file mo ng loan application. Take note ha, pag na-approve ka ng loan dito, yung makukuha mong amount ay yung balance na lang o yung matitira doon sa approved loan amount mo less all your outstanding short-term loans. So, deducted na siya lahat. And yung balance, yung natira doon, yun na lang yung makukuha mong net amount. Ano ba yung terms and conditions regarding dito sa loan application? Mayroong tinatawag na single payment deadline, kung saan every end of the month ang payment following the applicable month ng release ng loan. So for example, yung end of the month ay nag-fall ng Saturday, Sunday, or holiday, the next working day ang magiging payment. 10% ang interest nito per annum. Meron din tinatawag na prorated interest, pero in layman's term, or in other words, ito lamang ay isang advanced interest na deducted na mula sa loan proceeds. Ito yung interest from the date na nag-grant yung loan application mo hanggang sa end of the month bago yung iyong first amortization. So, deducted na yung advanced interest. Kapag hindi ka na nakabayad ng more than 6 monthly amortization, ikaw ay nasa loan default. Kapag sinabing loan default, ikaw ay subjected na sa 10% interest per annum and 1% monthly interest as penalty. And yung full balance ng iyong loan becomes due and demandable. So balikan natin yung example natin kanina ha. Meron ka nang hindi nababayaran na more than 6 monthly amortization sa iyong loan. Ngayon, ikaw ay nasa default na, okay? And then nagbayad ka. Yung order of priority ng application ng iyong payment ay ganito. Una, bibigay mo na siya doon sa penalty or ibayad mo na siya doon sa penalty. I-apply mo na siya doon sa penalty. Pangalawa, yung pangalawa, i-apply yon sa interest. And then, kapag na-fulfill na or nabayaran na yung dalawa, yung penalty and then interest, yung natitira, doon yun ilalagay sa principal. Principal, ito yung loan amount ha. Ngayon, para naman mag-qualify ka sa calamity loan, una dapat residente ka ng NDRRMC declared calamity area and nakaranas ka ng damage or loss ng properties dahil dun sa kalamidad na yon. Second, dapat meron kang at least 36 monthly contributions. Yung 6 monthly contributions doon dapat pasok or posted within the last 12 months bago yung buwan ng application or filing mo ng calamity loan. So yung loan amount na makukuha mo sa calamity loan is equivalent to 1 month salary credit. Ang computation nito is based on the average of 12 monthly salary credit rounded up to the nearest 1,000. Or kung meron ka namang in-apply na amount doon, yun ang ibibigay sa'yo, whichever is lower. So, ganun din, meron din itong 10% interest per annum. May advanced interest na rin na ikakaltas from the loan proceeds. May 1% per month na penalty kapag delayed ang payment. And kung na-delay ka ng mga ilang araw lang, it is considered 1 month delay and therefore applicable pa rin yung 1% penalty. Calamity loan ay payable for 24 months. And yung amortization ng loan ay mag-start on the second month following the date na nag-grant yung loan. Ang payment deadline ay on or before end of the month following the month of application. So, pwede bang mag-avail si member ng sunod-sunod or magkakasunod na calamity loans? Kailangan mo nang ma-fully paid yung first calamity loan bago siya makapag-apply in the future ng calamity loan sa SSS. So, kagaya ng salary loan, kapag may more than 6 monthly amortization na unpaid, nasa loan default na si borrower. So, yung terms and conditions ng salary loan program ay applicable dito sa calamity loan program. Kagaya ng kapag meron ka ng hindi na babayaran na more than 6 months na amortization, defaulted na yung account, matcha-charge ka na ng 1% per month na penalty. And due and demandable na yung obligation. Ano ang magiging responsibilities na employer? Sa employer ngayon ang mangungulekta and magre-remit sa SSS ng amortization ni borrower or member sa pamamagitan ng payroll deduction. Ngayon, anong mangyayari pag si member borrower ng SSS ay nag-resign, tinanggal, o kaya nag-retire na? Anong mangyayari ngayon sa outstanding loans niya sa SSS? Obligation ngayon ni employer na i-deduct yung outstanding balance ng loan mula sa anumang benepisyo o compensation or huling sahod na makukuha ni employee mula kay employer. And then, i-remit niya ito in full kay SSS. So, kung ang isang empleyado ay outstanding na loan obligation sa SSS and nag-resign siya, tinanggal siya, o kaya nag-retire siya, kailangang ibawas na employer mula sa huling sahod o last pay ni employee yung outstanding balance ng kanyang utang. And then, i-remit ni employer yung naibawas niya o naideduct niya sa employee, i-remit niya ito ngayon ng buo sa SSS. Yun ang isa sa mga obligations ni employer. Kaya huwag kayong magtaka kung halimbawang nag-resign kayo mula sa inyong employer and then dinideduct ng buo yung utang ninyo sa SSS kasi isa yan sa kanilang obligations or responsibilities as employer. Obligation din ng employer na i-report kay SSS yung effective date ng termination or resignation ni employee. Isa rin sa mga obligations ni employer ay ang i-require ang isang new hire or new employee para kumuha mula sa SSS ng updated statement of account. And kung may outstanding loan balance etong si new employee, i-deduct na employer kay employee and i-remit niya ito sa SSS. So, ayun yung mga obligations ni employer. At ang responsibility naman ni member borrower kung lilipat siya ng employment sa panibagong employer, halimbawa, obligado siyang mag-submit ng updated statement of account ng kanyang outstanding loan balance sa SSS. Meron din tayong Educational Assistance Loan Program. Sino-sino ang covered beneficiaries nitong Educational Assistance Loan Program? Si member borrower mismo or yung kanyang legal wife or legal spouse or yung kanyang legitimate, legally adopted or legitimated child or illegitimate child or yung kanyang mga kapatid. Kung ang civil status ay single. So, dito sa sibling, included dito yung half-sister or half-brother. Kung first-time borrower ka, dapat ikaw ay below 60 years old. Ang iyong actual monthly basic income ay 25,000 or below. Meron kang at least 36 posted monthly contributions. Yung 6 doon ay posted within the last 12 months prior doon sa month ng filing ng application. And dapat up-to-date lahat yung payments mo sa iba pang loan programs ng SSS. Ngayon, kung existing borrower ka na, okay, ang requirement na lang para mag-qualify ka sa Education Assistance Loan Program ay 6 posted monthly contributions within the last 12 months prior doon sa month ng filing ng loan application. Kung first-time borrower ka, ang mga requirements na kailangan mong isubmit ay valid ID, school assessment or billing statement, proof ng iyong monthly salary, and proof ng relationship mo sa beneficiary kung hindi ikaw mismo yung beneficiary. Ngayon, kung hindi ka first-time borrower, ang kailangan mo na lang isubmit ay valid ID, school assessment, and yung application form na lang. Magkano yung pwede mong mahiram under this Education Assistance Loan Program? Kung degree course, meron kang 20,000 pesos per semester. Or yung net na tuition, miscellaneous, or school assessment, whichever is lower. Kung 4-year degree program or 4-year degree course yan, meron kang maximum na 160,000 na full allocation na pwedeng mahiram in 8 semesters. If vocational course naman, meron kang 10,000 per semester. Or net tuition or miscellaneous fees or assessment balance, whichever is lower. Ang maximum availment sa vocational course ay 4 semesters or 40,000 pesos, maximum allocation. Meron din tayong tinatawag na pension loan program ng SSS. Sino ang eligible na pwedeng mag-apply nitong pension loan program? Si retiree pensioner na 85 years old or below at the end ng payment term. Ang mga conditions para mag-qualify, dapat meron siyang My.SSS account, meron siyang current and active na mobile number, and dapat meron siyang isa sa mga ito: SSS UMID card na enrolled as ATM, and yung Union Bank Quick Card or pension savings account number na registered with SSS. And to be eligible, dapat wala siyang existing advance pension mula sa SSS Calamity Loan Package, and tumatanggap siya ng regular monthly pension for at least 1 month, and yung status niya as pensioner is active. Kung si retiree pensioner ay nag-avail ng 18-month lump sum or advance pension, dapat tumatanggap na siya ng kanyang regular monthly pension for at least 1 month bago maka-avail nitong pension loan program. Magkano ang loan amount na pwedeng mahiram under this pension loan program? Ang loan amount ay base sa basic monthly pension plus yung 1,000 pesos na additional benefit, pero hindi siya lalampas ng 200,000 pesos. Kung ikaw ay maglo-loan ng 12 times ng iyong basic monthly pension, payable ito for 24 months. Yun ang loan term. Paano mag-file? Pwedeng personal, pwedeng online. Kung personal filing, pupunta lang si member sa nearest SSS branch, and then ipepresent niya yung kanyang SSS or UMID ID card or any government ID with signature, and then mag-fill up siya ng form. Kung online naman, sa My.SSS account. Kapag approve yung pension loan na in-apply ni member borrower, makikredit ito within 5 working days sa savings account ni retiree pensioner. Pwede bang mag-reapply ng pension loan? Yes, kung fully paid na yung naunang pension loan. So, paano ito babayaran? Yung monthly amortization ng pension loan ay madededuct na sa monthly pension ni retiree pensioner. At yung first monthly amortization niya, ang due date nun ay sa second month pa after mag-grant yung pension loan.